Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. At this point, we are more than halfway through the semester, and this week we're going to be reading about community practice theory. Before I go into this week's readings and objectives, I just want to say, in light of the election results and the widespread acts that are taking place, whether they be racist or homophobic, the hate crimes that are taking place, just regardless of where you stand politically, none of that of what's happening is acceptable. And I really just want to stress and remind folks in this class that to be respectful of one another, to be respectful of the people in your life, again, no matter where they are politically. And being that we're spread all over the country, there is no doubt that um, we are around and in touch with people that have different beliefs than ours. And it's, especially in Philadelphia, it's been really disheartening and unhinging to see what's happening on different campuses across, in Philadelphia, but really across the country. And yeah, just wanted to say that before I say anything else. Um, so this week's focus is around different community practice theories and the various roles that social workers play in that community practice, and then really being able to demonstrate your ability to select an appropriate practice model given a specific community and their needs. So just as an example of one way to improve the power of a community is to create a collaborative partnership, and that's something that you're going to be reading about this week. And that's, in developing a collaborative partnership, it really gives access to a community and to the social workers working in that community to work together to solve a problem. And so that partnership is generally a broad coalition of people that include local members of the community, organizations that are within that community that support those residents, and then various grant makers or government agencies. And then as a coalition, the next step would really be to understand the context that people are acting within. And that could mean people's experiences, their goals for what they want to see in that community or for their lives, and really what makes them do the things that they do. So just to give you a few examples of what a broad collaboration of people in a community, what can result from that. It could be a program development, so it could be a safe ride program that gives free rides to people who either don't want to travel alone or can't travel alone in unsafe areas after dark if that was a need that was present in the community. It could be a change in policy. So, for example, advocating for stronger penalties for people who commit crimes with a weapon. It could also be a change in a particular practice in that community. So maybe new employment practices where workers have more flexible time to be with their children after school. So those are some, it really depends on the characteristics of the community and really looking at the assets of the residents in that community as well as the community itself. Another thing you're going to be reading about this week is asset development. And developmental assets are just the positive characteristics or factors that really contribute to the development of a person, of a child. And any community that's engaged in asset development, let's say for youth, for example, would be identifying the kinds of things that would contribute to that youth's growth and development, their leadership abilities, their ability to grow both educationally, professionally, and so forth. And then the chapters this week really talk about an effort to demand from the whole community input and effort, that it can't just be a few people, but really broad-based engagement is what's really important, and the acceptance by the community that asset development is a community-wide activity. It's something that, you know, is a commitment that is needed from all adults. So for your initial prompt post, and because you have an assignment due this week, there is just one discussion question. And that question is asking you this week, after you've completed the readings, to answer, what do you see as the 3 or 4 most important characteristics of an effective community practice model? And I want you to write that post in your own words that captures the important characteristics, what you think matters the most, and then explain why you think they're so important. And then please include at least 2 references from this week's readings. And then your response posts, as always, I want you to respond to at least 2 classmates who do not yet have responses, and then think about the characteristics that they have selected and what do you think is the strength of their selections, and if there's any other characteristics that you think might be better, how can you contribute to their post? You know, what are they and why? And then for the assignment that's due, it's due, so I noticed on online I had actually noted on the calendar that it was due on Thursday. It's not. It's actually due on Sunday. So at the end of the week. And the assignment, the first part of the project is the community needs analysis. So specifically, you and your dyad partner are to provide an analysis of the community and its needs in detail. And there are certain aspects that it must include, which includes community definition and demographics, community needs data, the community strengths and assets, and then the community problem analysis. And I want you to use those specific headings for each component so that it's going to be evident that they're there. The specific instructions are posted online. I'm not going to go through those in this video, but please, if you have a question as you're working on this, please post it in the Ask the Instructor portion online, and I'll be able to respond with an answer to everyone for that question. And then the last thing I want to mention in this short clip is that the mid-semester evaluation is posted under this week. It is anonymous. I would really, really appreciate your feedback. That would help me as your instructor make improvements to the course, your experience of the course. And again, we're already halfway through, so I want to make sure that you have a valuable experience for the rest of the semester. So please share the things that you have appreciated, and share also the things that you would like to change if there is anything. I think that's it for now. Have a great week. I will be grading last week's posts and giving you comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.